Hello, and welcome to For One Reason or Another, where four guys talk about games and shit. I'm Bryan, and with me as always is Mitch.
What's up?
Randy.
Hello.
Do you really just...
And Aaron. Alright, enough. That's enough.
Pebbles.
I've had enough.
That's what we get for taking the chains
Way to
off
go,
him.
Stamper.
He goes back in the dungeon.
How are you guys?
I totally didn't have a heart attack when you knocked down that goddamn Jenga tower.
I didn't want to knock it down, but it was an immaculate tower, and it couldn't go any further.
I'm sorry.
It could have gone a lot farther.
Really? You're just going to shoot that thing in the middle of the thing? Look at the spike.
Yes.
Yep. Gets worse somehow.
Alright. Anyways, hi. What's up?
Hold on. I wanted to make a correction because this is the Maple Grove Collection Jumbling Tower that should in no way be misconstrued as a Jenga tower.
Because it's not the same.
We don't
no,
objectify
actually,
pieces.
Because then our lawyers would be.
Yeah, if you refer to it as a Jenga
I think we
tower,
should start over.
you can get sued. It's clearly a jumbling tower.
Yeah. What's wrong with you? You must have some sort of.
We're a society. We have rules, all right?
What the tits?
Do you have brain problems?
Yes.
Early. All right, so on to the video game news for today.
Yep. Okay, we've got not as much as last week. That's
I hope so.
It's okay.
Eight topics. Number one, a new patch is out for Halo: The Master Chief Collection. The game's multiplayer finally works.
So you
look
mean
at that news that totally doesn't.
A part of the game that was supposed to work on launch is finally working.
Yes. And when did this come out?
I don't know. October.
It was like October, November.
So it's been like 5 months, something like that.
It took them that long to get it right.
Yep.
That long on top of
Actually, I don't think
years
it'd be
of Halo
October because it has to be November because it's Bungie, or it's not Bungie, but it's Halo. Halo always comes out in November.
Yeah. Well, either way, it works now.
Well,
player
thank
reports say that it's fairly stable with nowhere near as many timeouts as before. Meaning they still happen.
Nowhere near as many.
Meaning they still happen, just very less frequently.
So it's not fixed.
It's fixed. It's probably about as fixed as they're going to get it.
They stretched out a giant piece of duct tape, put it over the boo-boo, and they are calling it collectively a night.
Is the Guardians beta broken? The Halo 5 Guardians?
That's
It's
a great
done.
question.
Because for some reason
Does any one of us own an Xbox One?
I don't
No.
actually. My drummer, he has an Xbox One, and I badgered him for months to bring it over, and he never did, and now I can't play it.
I think
And
he
then
was
the band broke up.
I think he was lying about it. He's like, yeah, I've got an Xbox One. Well, bring it. It's other places. I can't bring it right now.
It's not here.
My dad works at Nintendo.
You are making me. You're just bringing back horrible memories of Timmy Garrison in 4th grade.
My dad works at Nintendo.
You don't understand. I have a
happened?
Nintendo 64 too. Yeah, I have it.
The Nintendo 64 too.
Nintendo 64 2.
Yeah, it came with Pokemon Purple, and I've got Charizard's evolution on there.
Okay,
No,
Timmy,
it's
why don't you bring it to
Pokemon,
school?
Pokemon.
Oh well, I would, but my mom won't let me take it out of the house. Why don't you take a picture with your cell phone? Okay, I can do that the next day.
Okay, real
Take that
quick.
picture.
Yeah.
To be
that
fair-
kid didn't have a cell phone back then.
Yeah, that wasn't the time of kindergartners having cell phones.
This wasn't kindergarten.
Oh.
When was it?
Well,
Was
for
it
you it might have been
kindergarten?
kindergarten.
Did
Well,
you
it
guys
was
ever meet someone that
like
said
5th grade.
kindergarten?
Well, if I was in kindergarten, then cell phones were not
I didn't have a
fifth
cell phone
graders
in
either.
5th grade.
I didn't have a cell phone until freshman year.
I didn't get one
Yeah.
until I think 6th or 7th grade.
Whoa.
But this isn't the podcast where we talk about cell phone technology. It's the podcast where we talk about video games
Technology.
and stuff.
Like
And
the
shit.
like the games you play on phones.
Oh, we're casual now.
I have actually.
All
I deleted Plants vs Zombies 2 today, and I don't
Good.
plan on going back.
Good.
Actually, I've
That's disappointing.
been watching House of Cards, and he plays Monument Valley on it. And I've
Doesn't
heard
he
good
play the
things about
Stanley
that.
Parable too?
Parable?
Sorry.
Parable.
Stanley Parable.
Oh,
No,
the
the
Stanley. Yeah,
Oh,
he does. So it's
Stanley.
like,
Oh.
and I'm like, why? Although it's much better than him going.
Is
that
that
a PS Vita?
Yeah, that was good.
You can just see it like on the bottom of the screen, the check slowly sliding into Kevin Spacey's hand. from
Or how
Sony,
about
which is
how about him playing Killzone just
That
forever?
was subtle, kinda. He's
True,
just
but
like playing Killzone. It's like whatever. It makes the game thing reality. When he's like, man, PS Vita. I want one of these. They're so cool, and you should totes buy one, please.
Yeah, that was bad.
All right. What's the second piece of gaming or non-gaming related news?
At GDC, that's the Game Developers Conference, that happened this past.
Tim Schafer wore a sock
Apparently, Tim Schafer wore a sock
I bet he did.
on his hand.
on his hand.
It was a sock puppet.
It was
Get
a sock puppet.
That's about the same reaction that everyone at GDC was. Continue.
Anyways, at GDC, Sony showed off the new prototype for its Morpheus VR headset. It's 1080p, 120 hertz. I'll explain that in a minute for those who don't understand.
I don't understand.
And the field of view is supposed to be pretty damn good too.
Pretty
They're
damn
anticipating a release sometime in the first half of 2016. Now, 120 hertz. What that means is games usually run at 30 frames per second or 60. Most of them on consoles are 30. A lot of PC people always vouch about how they will never play anything that is under 60, and 120 is apparently what they're aiming for with this. And basically, the higher the FPS, the more taxing it is.
The only thing I care about is whenever they can actually make something that looks better than my eyesight. Can they do that yet?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
I don't want it.
GTA 4 is like ice.
Oh yeah,
enhancer.
Ice Enhancer does look really good.
Ice enhancer
Yeah, I'll have to show you a
It's
video for that
GTA
later.
4 mods that are amazing.
for ice, or is that
and
just
it's
what it's
crazy
called?
because
It's just called Ice Enhancer.
It's a game that came out in 2008,
That might have been the guy that made it or something.
and yeah, I think it's just called that.
Oh my!
You can't
Even
see
the
it. Shut up.
pixelated,
Shut up.
it looks good.
I don't want to hear about it. You're being silly.
I thought he was just being
You're
serious.
being
Like, it just looked that good.
You're being silly.
It does look pretty good for Grand Theft Auto 4.
Don't be a silly dick.
Yeah, there's a picture. There's a lot of there's really
The
one
look on
shot
his face
that
right
I
now,
like
Aaron.
I don't
that I
It's
saw
like
it and I
part
said,
orgasm, part
Man.
confusion.
confused gasm.
except the guy whoever like takes these pictures are really smart and that they don't they have
Can I see
NPCs like in the background and such because they're like they can't make those look very good. But otherwise, like reflections on cars,
Yeah,
it looks like
it
looks like a photograph.
Yeah, it does look really good. I've seen it
That's
before.
Looks
awesome.
better than GTA 5, the game that just came out and is supposed to look amazing.
That holy.
I would argue against that because the PC screens for GTA 5
Is that
look
serious?
really good.
Is that real life?
it's just fantasy.
I can't say one of my favorite mods for GTA 4 is the one that replaces like all the fake brains and stuff with like real ones. So Times Square kind of looks like a real Times Square because it's got like Coca-Cola ads flying all over the place.
because I love GTA 4 is all about, and GTA in general is all about like that pastiche, is that
Which is
parody,
true.
that like self-loathing. This is a screenshot from GTA 5. In comparison, it's pretty nice, but again, it's like a wide landscape.
But even like
shot.
the little detail of like on the backs of the sign and stuff like that.
Right.
and the draw distance is really nice.
Yes, very nice draw distance. Anyway, though.
That being said, I think GTA 5 looked pretty good on 360.
I thought it did.
Like, there's a lot of stuff that, like, the swaying shirts, I think that came from Max Payne.
Yes.
But, like, that and, like, the fact that his flip-flops actually worked like flip-flops.
Really, I never wore flip flops.
I don't know, I guess you're just not a lazy guy.
I despise flip flops.
Flip-flops are
Even
cool.
virtual flip-flops,
I
you're
feel like
man.
in no moment
Even
in my
virtual
life do I
flip
wanna
flops.
have
Like I
any-
actually shot people on the street for wearing flip flops. I didn't look at them enough to see the physics, just enough to see that they were there and get angry because of them.
You mean in GTA, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you guys ever use the cheats in GTA that gave all of the people weapons in like San Andreas?
No, but in Saints Row they had
The zombie?
No, I would take
No.
off the physics, and then it was there was a code where the pedestrians would all get in a cart and try and kill you, and the game was to try and see how many seconds you can survive dodging killer cars.
Thank God.
There was a similar mod. It wasn't even a mod for GTA 4, but it was like a physics thing. You could change the handling or the friction or whatever, to like a negative number, and cars would just fly. It's
Love it.
Carmageddon. You heard of that?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I've seen. I know
Carmageddon
what you're
was
talking about.
amazing.
I know what you're talking about.
And it's just stupid, hilarious, because a car will just sit there as long as it's stationary, it's fine. But as soon as you try to get in a car and touch it, and it just goes, I don't know who this person I decided to pick is.
They
So,
are Mario, a very disproportionate, scary-looking Mario.
There we
Oh
go.
golly!
This is,
Oh, good golly gosh.
Anytime that the car just is
Gee
like
willikers.
decides to go, it just kind of like
Goes.
Can I see that?
It's gone forever.
What
I need to find a better one.
More about to go back onto Morpheus. One thing I'm just really hopeful for is, I mean, obviously it's going to work with PS4. It's Sony's headset, but I want it to work with PC too, because I have a capable gaming computer and I have a PS4. I don't want to buy a separate VR set for both. You know?
I mean, I'm sure that it will work.
I don't know, because they could very well target it strictly towards PlayStation.
That'd be.
I could see them doing that just
Yeah.
because they did that with the PS Move.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
The technology, granted, was already out there for other consoles.
Does anyone else remember the Move? Those games that you required for it?
fun fact.
Wait, are you talking about the iTunes?
Last time my friend put in Heavy Rain, it wouldn't let him choose the controller option. He had to play with Move.
And I tried playing Heavy Rain with the Move. It was okay, but it was just kind of like, man, I was still mad at David Cage
I gotcha.
for creating a bad game.
But yeah, I just hope Morpheus works with PC, because the sad thing is Steam's headset seems to be the best looking one, but that's obviously going to be computer only. There's no way it's going to work on PS4. So
I'm just gonna sort of cross my fingers for an adaptation of like a virtual first-person Pokemon game.
oh god, here we go.
Once,
Last time I checked, I think Nintendo is the only one who hasn't jumped on this bandwagon yet.
because they want to continue to see me salivate with some word that means something important.
So,
I wonder whatever happened to, like, say, the stadium stuff. I never played Coliseum, and I never
Coliseum
played
and
Pokemon Stadium?
XD.
Hell yeah.
Coliseum and XD were really good. in my
Yeah, they
opinion.
weren't bad.
I liked
XD
them.
Gale of Darkness and stuff.
Yeah,
I wonder
I
why
liked.
they never made any more stuff like that. Like,
They made Battle Revolution. Does that count?
Was that like Stadium?
It was Wii. But
What
yeah,
was it? It was
it was that
Stadium.
it was that kind of series.
I guess Pokken will just have to.
Okay.
Realistically, if they did what other consoles do, though, instead
that
of
just
making
doesn't
it
look
like
That's not the thing. Shut up. It's the Carmageddon
Oh.
from.
What were you saying?
like if
Randy?
they
Conversations
labeled
years
it
ago.
as Pokemon Stadium, I feel like a lot more people would shit bricks and heavy quotations than they would over Pokemon Battle Fighters.
I can
Like,
agree with that.
That's because it's the reiteration of the name that people are used to that are going to draw people.
Slight pause. Is it really hot?
Yes.
It feels like it's super hot because not this, but
It's because
Hear
Aaron.
this.
It's because Aaron's in here.
Not-
yeah. it is.
not.
Hey, also, another slight pause. Did Dane need something? Because he just was by the window and then said fuck.
Was it Mike? Or was it?
No, it was Dane.
I don't
He
care.
probably wanted in here to use the computer or something.
Oh well.
Oh, fuck.
Number 3. Also at GDC, Valve is showing off a bunch of new things other than the VR headset we talked about last week. Source 2 has been announced. That's the game engine they've used on literally everything they've ever made since Counter-Strike and Half-Life 2. Now, I'll get to my speculation on that in a minute. They also showed Steam Link, which is a like $50 set-top box that can stream Steam content from, like, you can hook it up to a TV in another room and stream your PC to that TV.
Why would you do that?
So you don't have to move your computer
Convenience.
around. Yeah, convenience. And they showed off Steam Lighthouse, which is a project that's targeting room scale tracking for VR. So it's just aiming to make movement and body tracking easier for VR. But anyways, my speculation here. Last week when we talked about the VR headset, I talked about how I think this would be the time to introduce Half-Life 3 because Half-Life 2 revolutionized the first-person
Yes,
genre.
yes,
So
of course.
Half-Life 3 should revolutionize
They can't
VR.
bring it out without doing something revolutionary.
And
It has to be
technically,
big. It has to be bold.
Half-Life 1 was on Gold Source, which was their first engine, and then Half-Life 2 was their like source engine
Right.
thing. So,
But now Source 2 is out.
I wish they would have chose like a better name.
Source
for it
2
now.
exists.
Platinum Source.
Is
Wasn't
it-
this
Does
like
that mean
half
anything?
leaked somewhere? Like people went to Valve and they took a picture of something. It was like Left 4 Dead 3 and Source 2.
Yeah, that was a while ago. But
Left 4 Dead 3 needs to happen.
that would be nice. But like, I'm just thinking, is it? I mean, it's been time for a while, but is it coming?
Yeah, that was like
Now?
a couple of years ago.
I don't think now. I think now would
Soon?
maybe be. They clearly wouldn't. The whole point of this was probably to raise speculation, dramatic tension, to get us doing what we're doing right now. Realistically, we probably won't hear anything for at least half a year. And when we do, it'll literally just be like a black screen with Half-Life 3 on it. Like that'll be all we get for like 2 more years. But with like the idea, the promise of the new technology they're coming out with, I am pulling very, very strongly for a VR Half-Life. Even not necessarily Half-Life 3, but because they said that it wasn't going to be Half-Life 3. Didn't they say that? Like, didn't they say they're working on something Half-Life?
When they announced the headset, they like one of the first things they said was, we're working on Half-Life for it. And everybody automatically, as always, jumped the gun to Half-Life 3, and the guy's like, no, we're just working on Half-Life related things.
But they had this stuff like, they had like Half-Life Cold Blue. That was the initial inspiration for Counter-Strike.
Right.
They had, episodes 1 and 2. They could very easily do something that focuses on a character other than Gordon Freeman.
Right. I like them to bring back the guy from
Half-Life what?
Blue Shift is what
Yeah,
he
Blue
meant.
Shift.
I was like,
sorry.
Cold Blue.
I'd like
I said
them.
Code Blue.
I would like them to bring back the guy
Blue.
from Opposing Force.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Personally,
That was a good Gearbox game.
Hmm?
Not like
Gearbox.
Colonial Marines.
I don't want to talk about that.
I don't know.
I want to talk about it.
I'm ready for Half-Life 3. I think it's going to happen soon-ish. Soon-ish.
We will.
And I think this is hinting
It will
more
be
towards
out
that.
before we're 30,
Yes.
and that's all I'm gonna say.
All right. I can agree with that.
I can wait.
I cannot. I don't even have fingernails anymore because of it.
That's not good.
I don't know if that's related.
Yeah, it's related.
Okay.
Number 4. Last bit of news from GDC. Windows 10 and Xbox are getting cross-buy support. What this means is any games you buy on Xbox One, you'll already own on Windows 10 and vice versa.
That's cool because I really like. I like that they've kind of done that with some of the PS4 games. Like you buy it and it automatically gives it to you on PS3.
Right.
Or Vita.
Yeah, or Vita. So that's kind of cool that Xbox is gonna sort of look into that because that is sort of, I mean, as far as where we are in the video game market, that is sort of next gen thing that everyone should kind of be doing. They shouldn't be making you pay for the same game twice.
Yeah, but I don't know. It depends on what it is. Like I bought a couple of games like New Vegas. I bought in that like twice. Once for 360, and then when I got my computer, I bought it. And I didn't feel like I was entitled. I'm like, I deserve another copy because it's kind of, apples and oranges.
Right.
But I might have bought up. What the hell am I saying with bought? I might have gotten. I'm trying to say gotten. Oblivion like 8 times.
Oh, I was just about to admit I've bought.
See what you're doing it now.
I haven't bought anything more than
Shut
once.
your goddamn face.
I have bought Fallout 3 like 5 times.
Me bought Fallout 3 5 times.
Me
Apparently
me bought.
got an intelligence of 3. You wouldn't know that because you only played Fallout 3 and they didn't have
And
those
I
options.
can probably name it too. I bought it the first time when I was younger, and I didn't like it because I got bored and didn't know what to do because I didn't understand RPGs at the time.
Immature.
So I got rid of it. Then I got it again, and I beat it that time, and I really enjoyed it. But then I sold it because I was a kid who needed to trade in his games to get money towards more games. So then I got the kick of wanting to play it again, bought it again, did all the DLC. Then I bought it again and just screwed around with it some. I wanted it for my shelf. And then I bought it on PC, so I sold my shelf copy, and that was that. So 5 times. 5 times total.
Shut the door.
Fallout 3 is a fantastic game. That is where I stand. But yeah, Windows
Too long, didn't read.
Windows 10 and Xbox. I think it's good that Microsoft is targeting both of their crowds with this.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just, hey, Xbox,
But it's
you
gonna
want
be like,
Rise?
do I want?
Xbox.
And it could maybe even be, I mean, it's not necessarily like a lot of incentive, but it's a little incentive to maybe, like if you own one to get the other.
Now
Right.
I could, yeah. Now I could.
Like
have
if your
that, but it
computer to
doesn't
maybe
really
go console
matter to
too.
me.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. Now that I say that, the Xbox One's got like potential in a way, but I don't know. It just doesn't hook me in. Like there's stuff that I say, okay, I can see that, like the Snap thing and
It is cool. The Snap's nice.
Connect sounded cool as long as it worked, but it was just like
I couldn't get Kinect to work for shit.
Yeah. So
Especially on games like Rise, where you can yell like "Fire for the arrows," and I'm sitting there on my TV screen, "Fire! God damn it!" and nothing's happening. So.
I remember which it was Halo. Anniversary Edition, I think they included a Connect thing where it was like, you can yell grenade and reload if you wanted to, and it's like, why would you do that? Because it would take you would say reload, and it would like take a second, and maybe if you got it right on the first try lucky, you'd be like, okay.
It's like
reload.
It's expecting you to say it with an X.
That's the whole controller thing is, because it's just secondhand nature. Just be like, click. I kind of could understand it with like Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Because there was a thing where you could be like, hey, Garrus, use your cool thing on that guy. Or like because you could like assign buttons, I think, to do that to that person. Shortcuts, but I don't think they worked that well. They were kind of finicky because you had to go through the menu. It's like, there are some shortcuts that you could say, and like, I always want you to hit a concussive shot, but if you wanted him to do something else, it'd be like, yeah, go there. And it wasn't a very tactical game. Granted, Mass Effect 3 wasn't a very tactical game.
BioWare's kind of BioWare. They do go in depth with that sort of stuff, but that is also like it's really in depth. Like the amount of instructions that you can give your characters. Like,
I don't know. They kind of casualized it in that way, especially like comparatively Dragon Age Origins.
Well, all right, yeah, I was basing Dragon Age off my experience.
Like the PC version where you was like more outward in like an RTS kind of thing, or almost KOTOR-y, and then the console version that kind of like simplified it so that you could run it on a little controller.
I was it just couldn't support that on a console. But fortunately, though, that like the Dragon Age Inquisition, I don't know if you know, actually kind of supports both modes. It's really cool. You can do it with a third-person action game, or you can drop it down and do second-by-second battles. It's literally Dungeons and Dragons, the game. It's kind of awesome.
Inquisition is great.
I haven't played it.
Number 5.
I haven't played any Dragon Age.
Number 5. This is from Video Gamer. We talked last week about the Phantom Pain. Its release date is out. Well, we now know the PC version's coming September 15th, which is 2 weeks later than the console release. Also, they showed off the Collector's Edition, which comes with a replica of Big Boss's bionic arm.
Wait for it. That was the sound of me cutting my arm off.
I hope you want a tiny hand because it's only half scale.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Well,
hi guys. I've got one tiny hand.
I got proportions from Days, baby. You just figure out which part's
man. Now I have to tell you guys about that. There's this thing.
Oh, I've seen one tiny hand.
Unrelated.
I have seen one tiny hand.
I will get off topic so much. But speaking of half scale to one tiny hands, there's a guy who photoshops things called One Tiny Hand, where he just takes a hand and then he makes it smaller.
so in other words, they're Randy after Snake.
It's just, yeah. It's just kind of.
I'm in love with this.
It's just kind of weird.
It's like birds with arms, but makes you more uncomfortable because it should be normal, but it isn't.
Yes.
Welcome to the Uncanny Valley. I don't know how I'm going to take that because Metal Gear Solid 5 is being released for consoles September 1st.
Yes.
And on Steam, it's being released the 15th.
Right.
2 weeks of either I'm going to have to shut out and shut down everything, like, because I'm not going to, I mean, my friend might bring it over and might play it, but I'm not going to go and play it on a console. I'm going to wait for I'm going to be like, man, can't wait for this PC version. Let's go check the forums. That's a bad idea.
I will go on and say I've gone this long without spoiling the entirety of Metal Gear Solid 4 because I still have yet to play it.
I mean, I could help you out with that.
Do you have a
PS3?
PS3?
You. I do now that I moved in.
Well, you can just borrow my copy then.
I think my roommate has a copy. I just haven't really
well,
gotten
there we
around
go.
to it.
Anyways, you see,
actually.
I don't think it's right that they do this, but personally, it's not going to bother me any because despite there being a PC version and me having a PC that can handle it, Metal Gear is and always will be a PlayStation series to me. Yep. I own 4 for the PS. I mean, I own 1, 2, 3, 4 Peace Walker, all for PlayStation systems. I bought Ground Zeroes for PS4.
Twin Snakes.
I'm just gonna buy Phantom Pain for
Twin Snakes. The thing is, I like. On one hand, I like Twin Snakes because it was my first foray into it. I'm a scrub. I accept that. But comparatively, Metal Gear Solid, like Twin Snakes and the cutscenes, the fact that Snake is doing backflips and like rolling around the place. Do you remember when he backflipped, jumped on a missile, jumped off that missile, and then shot the Hindy in midair? because that's what happened in the Twin Snakes.
Why are you? Why is that? What's
It's
hard to believe
a
about
little. It's a little over the top.
It is
No.
a Japanese action espionage adventure.
Has Snake done that in any other games?
Like he doesn't do that in Metal Gear
So
Solid
he needs
2.
to. So he
and
needs to. So
3
he needs to
doesn't.
jump on a missile and shoot a hind in every game. That is a very unlikely scenario to happen in every game.
But he does not ever do anything that over the top. Again,
Okay, what about Metal Gear Solid 2? Whenever you can grip and you can strengthen your grip, where you can hang super long. If you can strengthen your hand muscles, chances are he's probably already strengthened his feet muscles, where he can land on a missile and jump.
That's
off it.
different.
That has nothing to do with
That is
feet
not
muscles.
different at
That
all.
is so unrelated to it.
You need so much more than just feet muscles
And
to
that's
jump
not-
on a missile.
Well, you need so much more than hand muscles to hold on to
okay,
something, don't you?
One is a cutscene. Jumping on the missile is a cutscene. The other is a gameplay mechanic.
yeah.
There's a total difference.
And
there.
Hideo
I disagree.
Kojima
I
really
disagree.
likes
And
to
you do
have
need
that.
hand strength to hold on to things.
Yeah, but you need more than hand strength. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Barely.
Snake going
your hands are
toe-to-toe,
strong enough-
Snake
If I
going
had
toe to toe
strong
with
enough
a
hands.
freaking cyborg ninja. Snake, my favorite one in the Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes is when he's eavesdropping on Liquid Snake and Ocelot talking, and he needs to go around a corner. There's this wide open door, and he's here to the left, and he's like, I need to go around. So instead of like waiting for them to turn around or not pay attention and like go over, he jumps and does a flip in the air, and they show it in like 3 different angles, and it's in slow motion, and he just lands, and then Ocelot's like, huh? And they're like, what did you hear? It was nothing. I'm not gonna betray you. Ha 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 ha. That's how Ocelot talks.
My main point is Snake doesn't do anything like backflipping onto a missile and any other. The only other character that does things like that, there are 2 characters. One is Vamp, who is a vampire, and the other is Raiden, who is a cyborg ninja. That is it.
He wasn't a cyborg ninja initially whenever he was doing his naked cartwheels through everything.
And he wasn't doing crazy stuff like he does when he is a cyborg ninja.
You're gonna defend this. Him just going, huh, and then just
Yes.
got.
Can we get like video of him doing that little?
All I'm saying is that you guys are saying that a game is bad because of one thing that happens in a cinematic
We didn't
or
say it was
action
bad.
scene.
I'm saying it's bad
He is
because
saying it's
it's
bad.
inconsistent. I'm not saying it's bad. In fact, I'm not. Oh, if you want, you would get shit on in like an image board or in a topic thread. That sounds really bad. My friends in the internet, they would ruin you. But I'm being kind of moderate about it. I was like, my dumb headcanon is that Snake like briefing, like a debrief of the mission. It's so I can just see like Snake going, and then I jumped in the air and jumped on a missile and shot the hind D. And Roy is just like, did that really happen? Yeah, no.
I feel like he'd be like,
that.
good job, Snake. That wasn't a skull trumpet. That was the sound of the transmission ending.
I was pretty sad.
Fact of the matter is, to my original point, Metal Gear is a PlayStation series in my heart, and it will always be. So I'm going to buy Phantom Pain for PS4.
For me, Metal Gear's always actually been more of a Nintendo series.
I think you're just a Neo Gaffer, so you're gonna buy a Sony thing anyways.
No, because I would buy it for
Oh.
PC.
Just
Oh,
because the
God.
first system I played it on back in the day was NES, because I'm a little old school. But
Yeah, I'm gonna buy X, whatever that thing was, for the Wii U, because it's got mechs in it.
Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Is that what they call it? I
Yeah,
just thought
it's
it
the
was
sequel. It's the sequel to the one for the Wii.
It's really a sequel?
Yeah,
I didn't play it.
it's a
Yeah.
spiritual sequel.
it is a sequel to the one for the Wii.
Ah. No, that's the twist. It's a real sequel.
Okay,
Because
next.
Robots.
Wolfenstein: The Old Blood has been announced. It's $20 and a standalone prequel to the recently released Wolfenstein: The New Order. It will release on May 5th for PS4, Xbox One, PC.
I'm not gonna buy it because that game was shit.
Was
I
it-
am gonna buy it because that game was not shit.
Why are you the? I know maybe
I
you're just
get-
being the contrarian here, but why is your taste so awful?
I question that. Well, all right, Wolfenstein particularly, I don't understand why that game. I like Wolfenstein games. I even like the one that they had on Xbox before this one. That was sort of, it was like a world, but it wasn't free roam, and you kind of ran around it. That one was kind of cool. I don't understand what the
I
big
stand
hype
by
with
your
Wolfenstein
shit
is,
taste.
because it's the New Order was just so linear and it wasn't difficult for me. But it gets praise. I don't understand.
You see, my friend who you know as well, he said, because he played Wolfenstein before me, and he kept going on about how hard it is and how much he hates it because it's so hard. And I played it, and there's just a lot of stealth mechanics. And my thought process was, you know what? He probably doesn't like stealth games.
I played it like I didn't have any difficulty with the game. I mean, it was I guess as far as gaming goes, yeah, it was nice that you could be stealthy in a first-person shooter. I just didn't really think. I mean, the story it wasn't interesting. It was literally looked like something that was thrown together by a third grader.
See, I disagree. I really enjoyed the story.
What about it was enjoyable?
I just enjoyed following the characters.
I never played.
I just didn't.
Game,
there weren't
so
any.
What was the story?
There wasn't really anything that was different or new.
Okay, hold on. You stop because you're gonna give this like some really bad story.
I'm not. You're fighting in World War II. You take shrapnel to the head, and you're in like an asylum for like 20 years while your body magically doesn't deteriorate at all.
Here. That's what I'm talking about.
The Nazis come in. You snap out of it, kill the Nazis, and then go on a Nazi killing rampage, joining the resistance in the 60s. Now the Nazis has dominated the world.
It's alternate history. Nazis won World War II. They rule the world.
Basically every Wolfenstein game that they've came out with, just on a new console.
Imagine that. It follows the series.
That sounds terrible.
I haven't played it yet either, but I've watched some people play it, not all of it, but the story seems to go from it just takes it's Nazis. We kind of don't have to if you were just like gotta fight Nazis, gotta kill Nazis, that would be an easy plot. But they kind of like take it in and like do a little more character stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's not.
Thank you.
It's not perfect. It's not going to win any Emmys, but it's like this is better than I expected.
Exactly.
I just expected more from it. I guess because I did enjoy the last one.
I wanted a cinematic masterpiece in my Nazi killing.
I would like.
For it.
All right. Okay. All bets off, everyone.
I want to hold the skull of a Nazi.
I want us to do a let's play of this game, and then you guys explain to me what's so awesome about it while we're playing it. And I will, of course, rebuttal you every way, proving you wrong.
Buy me the game.
We can just rent it. Why buy it?
I have it.
Buy me the game.
I own
That's
it.
good.
There you go.
He owns it. He wasted his money on that.
Buy me the game.
Contrived piece
No,
of
I didn't.
garbage.
I actually only paid like $15 for it.
I wouldn't. I would have sooner wiped my ass with $15.
You are so black and white.
The game isn't
a game
good.
is either worth yelling at about how great it is, or
it's
worth yelling about
for.
how bad it is.
No, it's not. That's literally the only two examples you're basing are on.
So tell me about
Wolfenstein.
RoboCop 2014.
What about it?
Tell me how you feel about RoboCop 2014.
I haven't seen it.
Well, why?
Okay, wait. How do you feel about Prometheus?
Yeah. What about Prometheus?
It wasn't a good movie.
Pretty.
Okay, well now he's being an ass.
Yeah,
and
that's what you're
deliberately
saying.
not getting angry.
All right. Next.
I don't get angry about anything.
Okay,
Next.
Godzilla.
You get heated.
Godzilla
you get
was awesome.
overly excited.
Next, from Eurogamer, Rock Band 4 is coming to PS4 and Xbox One.
Oh,
Rock Band's back.
I wish it was just.
Oh, wait,
Rock
I thought it was
Band.
Guitar Hero.
Rock Band is back.
I'm really kind of sad. On one hand, it's cool because I believe there's a deal that
Yes.
depending on what console version you have, you can transfer all your DLC.
Yes.
But I got all my stuff on the 360, so that means if I wanted to play it,
Right.
I would have to get a 1. But I guess I could just play Rock Band. That depends. I wonder. I just want to know what
never
the
want to
set list
play
is
Rock.
now. Because we have new music and we play music. I'm like, I want to hear the song in Rock Band. I want to play the song. That's my merit of a good song is like, would I play this in Rock Band and enjoy it? Which leads to some interesting things, and also some really casual taste. But I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd choose Back to the Shack over Cleopatra or even Da Vinci, but probably I'd choose Cleopatra for like. The
He's talking
guitar
about
parts.
Weezer.
Because before they had this, they just like out of the blue released DLC that was Back to the Shack, Rise of the Phoenix, and I don't know if I'd choose Rise of the Phoenix either. Death Star would be so much better. You guys not heard of?
I'm not
liking.
huge on Tenacious D, but I know what you're talking about.
I wasn't either, but I heard them on the Nerdist podcast when that album was coming out, and I was like, I should check this out, and it's pretty great. I'm plugging it now. Check's in the
Tenacious
mail.
D.
I'm waiting for that check, Mr. Gas and Mr. Black.
Sorry.
Rise of the Phoenix.
All right. Last piece of news is not actually gaming news.
Bum, bum, bum. We've already jumped the shark, and it's only episode 4.
Technically, in the very beginning, I did say, how about your next piece of gaming and or not gaming news?
And also, I'm pretty sure you said we jumped the shark the first episode and the second episode and the third one.
I don't think he said it. I don't think he said it.
Don't worry about it.
The first two are definites, though.
Yes, that is definite.
Okay, so the details on the Apple Watch are out. The prices. The Apple Watch Sport.
Wait, I want to guess. I don't want to guess it because I already know. But do you guys know what the prices are?
I mean, I just read them.
Well, congratulations. Do you know, Randy?
I know I could sell both my kidneys and still not have enough.
Whatever.
Okay.
Let's just ballpark it. What do you think the lowest end one is?
The Apple Watch Sport. We have 2 price points for it.
There are
the
3,
Apple Watch Sport.
Actually.
Okay.
There are 3 ones.
I have 2 typed, so go from there. What do you think it is?
The Apple Watch Sport.
Yes, it's the cheap
it's a
one.
sport. It's cheap, but if it's sport,
Give me
it's
a damn
probably going to be
number
like
already.
waterproof. Probably going to have like some resistance in case you fall on it. I'd say ballpark at least a couple hundred. Probably no more than 5 though.
$349
Okay, but a
and
number-
$399.
yeah.
That was close.
Okay, now how about the stainless steel regular Apple Watch?
That's the mid range.
Yeah,
Probably 700.
starts at $549 and goes up to $1,099.
And
Then
what
there's
is
the-
the highest one?
Instead of guessing the price,
jump-
instead of setting a price, how about we just put it somewhere between this $400 amount?
Whatever.
Then there's the Apple Watch Edition,
That's
the high-end one.
Oh, that just looks bad.
Ranges from $10,000 to $17,000.
Good
Who would
God.
spend? Why would you spend that much? What is in there?
You
Apple-
have no
Secret-
self-worth, and you want everyone to know how important you are.
Side note: you can get these watches on April 24th.
Oh,
Are they touring?
Man.
Yes.
God
I bet
bless
Apple's
America.
touring.
I wish that it was
I
a
wish that
side
you would
note.
step back
You
from
can
that
get
watch,
these
my friend.
April 20th. April 20th.
April.
Oh,
So
well,
that
I
way,
mean, Apple
Apple is gonna buy
not
the
the
month of
20th.
April.
over-
the
yeah, they
first.
said that
That's what I meant to say. The
Everybody's
first.
infringing on.
Yeah,
on
really.
And they were
April
a
sounds
joke.
way too close.
So
Apple
how many-
watches don't exist.
How many YouTube videos are we gonna see of rich kids who bought the $17,000 Apple
Don't you
Watch?
guys remember when?
I'm so thug. Look at my Apple Watch.
Don't you guys remember when
Got
the
diamonds
I'm
in
So
it.
Rich like app came out? It was like
Yeah.
it was $1,000 or something, and it just flashes like I bought this because I'm rich.
Yeah, I remember that.
Seriously?
Yeah, there's that is
Oh
a
my
real app.
God.
That dude
It's-
made bank.
That makes me want to vomit.
Yeah, it is actually an iOS app, and it was for $900.
What the shit?
And all it does is say, "I'm rich. Look at me. I'm rich."
I deserve it. Did not even spell deserve right. I am
It was
good,
probably on purpose.
healthy,
Let's be honest.
and successful.
It says all that?
Yes.
Well, I'd buy it then. If it's gonna lie to me like
A
that.
work is a work of art with no hidden function at all. Is what he billed that as.
Boy, work of arts.
I'm gonna vomit.
Okay.
Good.
Who the hell spent $900?
Well, that's about it, isn't it? So it's okay
That's
if
it for
you
the
go vomit.
news. Yeah, that's it for the news. But I have two more things I want to go over.
Okay, so this still
Wow.
counts.
Number one, deals of the week. This
Why
is-
are we always got numbers?
Because I like numbers.
So rigid.
Uh, this is
Number A.
a new segment I want to start doing where we are going to talk
Roman
about
numeral 3.
what game deals are
Just
happening, like
eyes.
good prices for good games out there.
I'm
So
not for five.
I figure it's a good idea. We can try and save some people some money out there.
Definitely.
Number one.
Wait, this podcast is going
Hey.
to come out like a day after the sales. They're going to be like, man, that $5. Oh.
Well, it's okay. I checked dates to make sure we were okay.
I bet you
Nah.
didn't.
No, mate.
Payday 2 is $5.99 on Steam until March 16th.
If you don't have that, you should definitely. I mean, as long as you have friends. I don't.
I know
have
you're a
friends.
big voucher for it.
I enjoy it when
Payday
I
was
play
fun.
it. Payday 2 is amazing. It's kind of a grind fest occasionally, but you get into a mood where you're like, I want to do some heisting. I mean, now the GTA 5 has heists, but I don't know. I don't think it compares.
Paydays.
I can't say it. I can't say it because I haven't tried GTA Online because I'm still waiting until
Right.
April. Thanks, Rockstar. But Payday 2, it's fun, and the DLC is all right. It's a lot just more weapon stuff.
I do know that the edition that comes with literally everything is also on sale for $19.99.
Everything, air quotes,
Air quotes.
because I'm
yeah.
sure there's going to be a later release and go, oh, here's some DLC. You can't
Game
get
of the
it.
Year 2. Okay,
It's just-
Amazon has a Grand Theft Auto sale going on GTA 4 Complete is $6. San Andreas is $3, and 3 and Vice City are both $2. All are Steam codes.
I don't know if you should get Vice City like that, and San Andreas. Now that I think about it, because there was some like licensing stuff where they took songs away or took songs out of it.
Really?
Like, yeah, especially recently with San Andreas when it came out for the 360 on the arcade or whatever, and then they updated the version on Steam to include controller support. They took out a lot of songs, which is rough because it's San Andreas. You got to
San
have the
Andreas.
music.
They probably took everything
it's
off
not
the route
San Andreas.
station.
It's not. It's Grand Theft Auto, and it is perfectly able to capture.
Oh God, please.
I really
no.
don't want you to do that.
I wasn't gonna do it.
Right under the microphone, though.
Well, that's what you get for thinking I was going to do
Nerf
it.
guns.
Anyways,
No. I'm waiting for this. I want to restate my opinion, and then you can cut it and fucking I don't care.
I wasn't going to do it
nope,
in
go.
the first place.
Go.
Grand Theft Auto is defined by like the time zone that it's in.
Right.
With GTA Vice City, it's the 80s, and with
Neon signs
Good.
everywhere.
and San Andreas. Well, not just that, but like the Jan Hammer music
Right.
and all that stuff. And San Andreas is the 90s, got a lot of alternative stuff, but there's also the rap scene coming in, hip hop stuff.
And
I
another
know what I'm talking about.
another thing is Love Fist, huge in Vice City. San Andreas.
Not so huge in Vice or San Andreas.
Yeah.
They're still
The,
there.
the falling of the 80s hair metal.
Technically. Yeah. Did you like remember anything from GTA 4's soundtrack? Because I kind of,
Not really.
it was kind of meh to
Yeah.
me.
It kind of matched the era.
I did replay the the Ballad of Gay Tony and The Lost in the Dam.
Those were, I think, Lost in the Dam and Ballad of Gay Tony were almost better than the game itself.
I'm like, when I played through them, I said, I'm surprised that I went through. I remember playing Lost in the Damned and not enjoying it. I don't know why.
I don't understand
Maybe I was
how.
trying to. Maybe it was because it was achievements, and I'm like, I gotta get those achievements. Gah! But now I played it on PC, and I'm like, all right, let's just play it for completion's sake. I was really enjoying it. And I like the fact that it's all intertwined.
Yes.
With the other stuff, like you play as a guy who meets Nico and encounters him on other places, and you're all in one place. There's
like
one,
it intersected through the diamonds.
yeah, there's one special mission that all three people are there, and it's like, that's really cool.
Because like Lewis pops up and like steals the diamonds from Johnny, and then Nico makes off with him.
Yeah, it's neat. So if those are on sale, I would say definitely pick those up. They are really good, and on PC, not just the modded stuff, but on its own, it's still pretty good. The water effect, especially.
I have not played the expansions for 4.
They are amazing.
Yeah, they
I
definitely
think-
expand the game.
Which one did you like more?
I think Ballad of Gay Tony, because it I don't know, GTA 4 and even Lost in the Damned kept a more hard edge of realism on it, and then in Ballad of Gay Tony, it was very silly. Like, you had a helicopter that you shot a lot of missiles out. You jumped out of helicopters and stuff, and did a lot more outlandish things that I thought, oh, this is
I
neater
liked
than-
how Gay Tony was basically kind of just Robert Downey Jr. and like it had the fight clubs.
I didn't catch
the fight
that.
He was they basically made him to be Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
The
Iron Man.
fight clubs
Robert
were really
Downey
cool.
Jr., right?
Yeah, and I don't even know if Iron Man was out then.
I don't know either, but is that the Robert Downey Jr. you're talking
Sort
about?
of, yeah.
2008.
Just partier kind of.
Iron Man was out by then.
Was it?
I think so.
I really liked. It did take a harder, more mature tone, but The Lost and the Damned is probably one of the darkest Grand Theft Auto stories, and also stars like their brightest protagonist, like the only protagonist who legitimately has like a good heart. He's just in a crappy situation. Like everyone else is kind of an asshole.
And they just GTA 5.
Can we
Oh,
not?
man.
Can we not talk about that?
Can we?
Oh,
Can we?
I want
That-
to push your buttons a little.
Spoilers for GTA 5. Johnny Klebitz from GTA 4 Lost in the Dam died.
I don't even think you
Not
can use
even that.
spoilers,
Not
'cause it's
even
like
that,
the first 5
because
seconds.
he returns to. I think he returns to whatever, like heroin or whatever they called it, the junk
Right.
and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's like, that's sad because
He'd gotten off it, tried to get away. tried to
Ballad
fix
or
everything.
Lost in the Dam, even though it ended bad because pretty much everything's
His
ruined.
friends were
or
dead. His
whatever.
girlfriend was gone.
Spoilers
Like,
about that, I guess. Like, he's still alive.
That one's older, so spoilers are
he's
okay.
still alive, and he's like, I can make, we
He was
got
like, I can make a
tomorrow
mess.
ahead of us, and then
Right.
later he's in Los Santos, whacked out of his mind, and then he gets his brain scraped off of
Curb
Trevor's
stomped.
shoe.
That was dark.
I suppose, yeah.
All right, last deal. Dragon Age Inquisition is $35.99 on Origin after a promo code. It is advertised as this week. I will insert the promo code here. The promo code is AMCUPWEXMMPRKQSU5TYC. But yeah, Dragon Age. Anybody played it?
Dragon
I was
Age
talking
Inquisition,
earlier
yeah.
about how awesome it was. Aaron said he liked it. I said it's basically D&D the game.
It's wonderful.
If you like fantasy action, Dragon Age Origins is the game for you. Hands down.
Inquisition.
Yeah, Inquisition is the game for you, hands down.
All right, I haven't played it yet, but I'm interested. I actually haven't played any of the Dragon Age games. Now that I think
Well,
about
you're
it.
dumb.
They're fun.
Wow, I'm dumb now.
I mean, you were dumb before, but
Okay,
now you're
whatever.
just really dumb.
Whatever.
I bet you played Skyrim.
I did.
You
a
dumb
lot.
hole.
I played Skyrim a
Look at
lot.
that thing that you did.
It was worth it.
I played Skyrim a lot.
Yeah, really.
I still play Skyrim.
That's really
Yeah, you really shouldn't do
I
that.
got the weirdest urge today to play it. I'm like, wonder what it'd be like to do this. And I'm like, no, because every time I boot it up or I install it and I play it and I go, this isn't as much as I thought it'd be.
That's
Yeah.
This isn't as
literally what happened this last time I made a Khajiit for the first time. I've never had a Khajiit. They looked really cool.
You're
that
like, I'm
battle
gonna go
axe.
Punch Cat today.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
well,
Punch Cat is the best.
I didn't realize that they scratch things. Khajiits are cool. Still
Punch Cat.
haven't put more than 10 hours into it.
You don't know what a
and
Punch
can't
Cat
I'm
is,
do
do
not
you?
familiar with Punch Cat.
Khajiit have a bonus where because they have claws, their unarmed deals more damage, and you basically just do whatever it takes to make their unarmed the most dangerous thing in the game.
Well, it was a guy role playing as a Khajiit named Punch Cat, and that was his thing. If there was a problem to solve, it could be solved by punching, and that was basically it.
That's
Which I think is
incredible.
funny because
I mean, I believe that's true.
Khajiit are, not to be totally racist or anything, but Khajiits are usually stealthy, sneaky guys. But this
Why
Punch
was that
Cat is-
racist?
Because they're a race and you're
they're
shoehorning them.
all gross thieves. And I'm an Argonian usually, so I guess I don't like them.
That explains
But
the racism.
yeah, Punch Cat is like the opposite of that because he doesn't sneak around and hide. He goes up and he's just like, I'm just gonna punch things. That's
Thank
it.
God.
Also, apparently his name is all caps, so
Woo!
it's pretty good.
Punch all the things.
Okay.
Punch out. Hold on. I want to interrupt you for this.
Oh.
For Punch Cat's bucket
Oh,
list.
God.
Punch out ghost. Punch out robot. Punch out giant. Eat flowers. Punch out mammoth. Punch out dragon. Has cheeseburger. Oh, that's great. What is this? 2008. Punch all the things.
You actually pronounced Dagron wrong. You said dragon. It's Dagron.
No, that says dragon.
Yeah, it's Dagron.
You don't. Are you dyslexic?
You can't spell.
You just said dyslexic like you had verbal dyslexia.
I'll hurt you.
Okay, so that's it for the deals of the week. I have one last thing I
Dyslexic.
want to talk about before we shut down. Topic of the week. Cities Skyline releases this week.
Never played it. Next
Nope.
question.
Nope.
It looks. You were big on the.
Why was
Well,
that the
maybe not
topic
big,
of the
but
week?
you played the last SimCity, didn't you?
Yeah. Everyone hated it because it was always online, and I watched a guy play it for an hour and said, "This kind of looks up my alley." It's not like perfect,
I'll look up
but
your alley.
excuse me.
Wait, you watched him play SimCity or City Skyline?
SimCity.
Okay.
And said, "Okay, I'll try it." But then I also watched him play City Skylines, and it kind of looked exactly the same.
I've been watching it, and it looks really, really good, in my opinion. I've never been a city builder. The most I've ever dabbled into anything close to it is Civilization, which is not
Age
a city
Empires.
builder at all.
Age of Empires. It's
But
better.
I don't know. I'm interested.
I remember playing the old SimCity a long time ago as a kid, when everything was like squares.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother really liked Sim Farm or something. It was like Ant Sim thing.
Mhm.
Words. You just heard Sim and it basically works.
Mountain Dew Sims.
Oh, that just reminded
Okay,
me.
never mind, it doesn't work.
Yep.
Sim Ant. It's real, and I guess he liked it, but I don't know. That's
That-
a great story.
You saying sim just reminded me. I saw one new one called "Taking a Shower with Your Dad" Sim 2015.
That's not what I meant by sim. Like
I know.
simulator.
I know.
Did you dabble in this? Was
No,
there a demo?
I haven't played it.
Are you on the list now?
I won't even say.
But I saw a
did
video.
you diddle in this?
I saw a video of what this
game
game is. Okay. Basically, there are 3 kids and 3 dads.
And they're all in the.
Oh my god, this gets worse the more you
Hold on.
shut up.
Hold on. It's pixel. This is nowhere near as bad as you think. It's all.
Anyone that says that is usually about
And then
to
it's
describe something
pixelated. You know
horrible.
what else is pixelated? Japanese
Genitals.
stuff.
No, it's like pixel art. It's like a pixel art game, and basically the goal is, it's basically a flash game. The dad will pop
I
up and
bet
you'll
it
be
is
the
a
kid.
flash game.
The dad will pop up
Or
and
all-
flash his game at the children.
Flashing game.
All 3 dads will pop up, and you pop up as one of the kids, and you run that kid to the dad, and then they switch positions, and you run the next kid to the dad, and you just go and go and go as long as you can. Are you watching it right now?
What?
No.
No, I was watching.
The Zoolander video earlier where he steals the guy's phone. We were watching the video of the phone that he stole.
Oh.
Good.
Now people are wondering if it's staged. Well, maybe.
It probably was staged.
Whatever.
Who cares?
Ah, Blue Steel. You're a funny guy. That guy gets it. Okay, we need to shut down.
He's on NeoGAF.
I'm
Oh, God.
reading Reddit.
Hold on. I'm trying to pull up a GIF of shower with your dad simulator.
I don't want to
2015.
see
I don't want to
No!
watch anyone shower.
I'm gonna
with
go
their
in and say that this
Oh
whole
my
time.
god, they're totally fucking naked. There's a dad dong on there.
This whole time,
No,
Aaron
it's
hasn't
okay.
said anything until now, and I think it's bringing back very dark memories. Aaron,
I've talked a little.
point on the phone where he touched you.
What?
This
On the
is shower with your dad
no,
sim.
no,
Yeah.
no.
I like
Yeah.
how it says wrong dad. Ready, lather, scrub. Wrong dad.
Yeah. That exists.
I have
What
no.
the-
No.
That one dad looked like the dad off of Bob's Burgers. And that makes
That's
me feel
creepy because he's
uncomfortable.
hairy and has a dirty mustache.
You're hairy and have
Yeah.
a dirty mustache.
It's not the
Not
only thing
hairy,
he
I
has
don't
dirty.
have a
That's
dirty
why he's
mustache.
showering with his son.
Okay, so City Skylines.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Skitty Skylines.
That's a Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon spinoff. Okay.
Cities Skylines. I will buy it soon and give impressions. Other than that, I haven't been playing I haven't been playing Dark Souls this week for once, but not because I'm playing something else. It's because I have to move. I'm moving, meaning my computer is kaput at the moment.
Oh no.
Boo.
I don't know
All
how
right,
we're doing.
are we done?
Yep.
I guess.
All right.
You guys
Love you.
watch anything?
Huh?
I'm trying to railroad the podcast.
I actually have been re-catching up on the Lethal Weapon franchise, and it is just as good as I remember it.
But did you see, what is it, Lethal Weapon 6?
You mean the Sunny one?
No, Lethal Weapon 6. It totally exists. It's a real thing and doesn't involve anyone.
Oh
in
yeah,
Philadelphia.
I have.
Looks very
They
real.
actually legitimately might make Lethal Weapon 5 though, and the rumor right now is that Chris Hemsworth is going to be Riggs' son, and I don't like that because that means it's only going to be 20. Chris Hemsworth is like he's like 30, right?
I don't know, but Chris Hemsworth
He's-
is
I
awesome,
can't even
so it's
picture
okay.
this, man.
Face. Oh,
Him playing a
it is.
20-year-old cop that's just gonna all right in the Lethal Weapon universe. I guess that's plausible, but even still, like I don't know. I just rather let the franchise be dead.
I started watching Black Mirror because people were saying that's a really good sci-fi Twilight Zone thing.
Black Mirror,
Yes.
isn't that British?
Yeah, it's a British
I heard about that.
serial miniseries thing, and I feel like they intentionally set up the first episode as that one because it's hard to recommend because it's like, oh, you should watch this show. It's kind of smart and it's really dark because the first episode involves a prime minister is like someone is kidnapped. It's like a duchy, princess, whatever. I don't understand British politics. And the demand that they make is that the prime minister has to, on television, have sex with a pig.
Okay.
And it's just like, nothing like that. That's the plot, really. And it's just like, how am I going to say, you should watch that. You should watch this show. It's got sci-fi things, and it's really interesting.
And
This guy
And
has
then
to
the
have sex
first
with a
thing
pig
is
on
like,
national television.
oh.
Well, I
right.
think we should
The
probably
question
end
is,
on
Mitch,
pig sex.
Does
Yeah.
he fuck the pig?
I think we're done here.
You'll just have to find yourself.
On that note,
No.
find out next week
if he
if Mitch
sexes up
has
the pig.
sex
I
with the
don't
pig.
have.
Tune in next week. Mitch is gonna fuck a pig.